I thought the weirdest thing about my new apartment was the wet slipper on the counter. I was wrong. Posted to our "No Sleep" post number 1, August 3rd, so I just moved into my first solo apartment, and I was prepared for a few weird things. No AC, creaky pipes, neighbors who microwave fishy whatever. I'm 27, broke, and tired of roommates who steal my oat milk. But I wasn't prepared for this. First day here, I walk in and immediately notice two things. 1, it smells like wet dog. 2, there's a single slipper on the kitchen counter. Not mine, not my style, not anything I brought. Just sitting there, damp. I called my landlord. He laughed and said, "Must have been the cleaners. They're always leaving weird stuff behind." Cool, not creepy at all. I tossed the slipper and cracked a window. But then things started getting strange. The faucet turns on by itself, only at night, only for a few seconds. My phone? Alarms keep resetting themselves to 3:17 a.m. I've never set an alarm for that time in my life. And the noises, low thuds, like something wagging inside the walls. I tried to brush it off, told myself old buildings are weird. Drafts, rats, whatever, until I found the second slipper. Same brand, same size, dried this time, sitting neatly on the doormat outside my front door. That's when I started Googling. And that's how I found her, the girl who posted about the ghost puppy, the one who used to live here. I read everything, all 10 posts twice. Then a third time, with the lights on and a baseball bat in my lap. I thought it was a story, a hoax, a TikTok stunt. But tonight, I heard something scratch at my bedroom door. Not the outside, the inside. I opened it. Nothing there. Just one thing on the floor, a spoon, covered in peanut butter. Post number 2. August 5th are No Sleep. So, update from the apartment formerly known as Ghost Dog HQ. First off, thank you to everyone who messaged me links to cleansing rituals, cryptid theory TikToks, and that one guy who offered to trade my ghost slipper for an unopened box of Pokemon cards. You're all chaotic and perfect. Now, let's talk about what happened last night. I couldn't sleep. Big surprise. Every time I closed my eyes, I kept hearing it, that slow, rhythmic thump of something soft hitting the wall, like a tail, or a hand, at exactly 3:17 a.m. Because of course, I heard the scratching again. But this time, it wasn't at the door, it was under the bed. I did not look. I'm not an idiot. If horror movies have taught me anything, it's that checking under the bed while something scratching is a one-way ticket to missing persons TikTok. I turned on every light, played obnoxiously loud pop music, sat on the couch until sunrise with a butcher knife and a jar of peanut butter because I don't even know anymore. But this morning, things got weirder because taped to my bathroom mirror was a sticky note, bright yellow, new. Definitely not there the night before. One word, messy red ink. Stay. I haven't told anyone IRL. My sister already thinks I'm spiraling. My coworkers are sending me new apartment. Who dis, memes and asking if I'm being haunted by rent prices. But here's the thing, I haven't told anyone. Last night, when I was sitting on the couch, full lights on, knife in hand, I heard something breathe behind me. And for just a second, I smelled peanut butter and wet fur. Post number 3, August 7th are No Sleep. So I broke my wall. Before you yell at me, yes, I know that voids my deposit. No, I don't care. Because what I found in there? No amount of drywall is worth what I'm feeling right now. Let me explain. After the whole sticky note incident stay, I decided to do what any mildly unhinged person would do, get wine drunk and go ghost hunting in my own apartment. I wasn't planning on breaking things. I just wanted to check. The tapping, the tail thudding. It always sounded like it came from the same spot, the corner where the fridge meets the wall, half hidden behind a pantry cabinet I never use. So, around 1 a.m., I moved the pantry and noticed something off. The wall wasn't flat. It bulged, just slightly, like someone had patched it fast or badly. I knocked hollow. Reader, I grabbed a hammer. What I found behind that wall wasn't what I expected. It wasn't a skeleton, or a hidden room, or a Helmuth portal. It was a box. A small, rusted tin box. Taped shut. With red duct tape. The same color as that ink on the sticky notes. Same color as the word hungry from the original posts. Inside, a collar. Tiny. Brown leather. Worn. With a metal tag that read, Milo. That's not all. Under the collar was a photo. Polaroid. Old. Grainy. It was the same girl from the original thread, crying in her living room, holding a candle. But this time, there were two figures in the shadows behind her. One was low, small, dog-shaped. The other was tall. Lurking. Bent. Watching. I dropped the box. That's when I heard it again, the scratching. Only now it wasn't under the bed. It was inside the walls, all around me, moving, like something was excited. I'm sleeping at a friend's tonight. I brought the box with me. I'm not sure why, but one thing I do know, Milo didn't stay behind to protect the last girl. He stayed behind to warn the next one. And I think my turn just started. Post number for August 10th are, no sleep. I opened the box again. I know I shouldn't have. But I couldn't sleep, and it felt like it was calling to me. Like it wanted to be finished. I took it to my friend's place, the one I've been crashing with since I smashed open my wall and found a dead puppy's collar. Casual Tuesday. He thinks it's all some kind of grief hallucination. Said the collar must have been left behind by a previous tenant. But I showed him the photo. The second figure. The one in the shadows. He didn't have an explanation for that. So, while he was at work today, I opened the box again. Really looked inside. And I found something I'd missed. Taped to the bottom was a slip of folded paper. Old. Crumbling. Covered in dark brown stains that might be coffee, or blood, or worse. It had a symbol on it, like a circle with jagged marks through the middle. Almost like claws. Around it, in tight, cramped handwriting, were the words, "Do not feed it your name. Do not feed it your guilt. Do not invite it inside. 3 rules." Which, cool. Because I've already broken all of them. I said my name out loud in that apartment. I've been carrying so much guilt over opening that wall, it's practically radioactive. And I didn't just invite it inside, I left the damn front door open when I ran. I thought this thing was tied to Milo. I was wrong. Milo was a leash. The thing, it's the real animal. And Milo was keeping it tethered. The box, the collar, the old photo, they weren't memorials. They were containment. And I just broke it tonight. I'm going back, not because I want to, because I think I have to. Because last night, my friend's dog stood at the foot of my bed and growled at me. And when I looked in the mirror this morning, written in condensation on the glass, were 3 words, "You brought IT." Post number 5, August 12th are, no sleep. I went back. I shouldn't have. But by the time I realized that, the door had already closed behind me, and it wouldn't open again. I brought the box, the collar, the photo. I even drew the weird circle claw symbol from the paper in chalk by the front door, hoping it might do something. Spoiler, it didn't. The apartment was ice cold. All the lights flickered once, then held steady. Quiet. Still. Waiting. I placed the collar in the center of the living room floor. I lit a candle, like the girl in the original posts. And I said the only thing that felt true. Milo, if you're still here, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I didn't mean to let it loose. Nothing happened. Until I said my name. The moment the word left my mouth, the walls shuddered. Like the whole building exhaled. And then I heard it. Low, slow, wet and sticky. Drip, drip, drip from the ceiling. I looked up. And there it was, not Milo, the thing, uncoiled from the shadows like smoke made of fur and teeth. It had no face. Just a long, snoutless head, like a dog stretched through a funhouse mirror. Limbs too long. Joints bending backward. It skittered down the wall like it didn't care about gravity. And it smiled. It didn't have a mouth, but I felt it smile like it knew me now. I backed away, holding the box like it was a bomb, and that's when I remembered the last rule. Do not invite it inside. Not the apartment. Me. And I'd already done it. When I opened the box. When I carried it. When I listened. The thing stepped toward me. Its paws didn't make a sound. But the walls groaned with every move. It opened something, not a mouth, more like a split in the middle of its body, and I saw teeth. Rows and rows. And then, just for a moment, I heard panting light fast. Puppy dash like Milo. I dropped the collar. The thing stopped. It twitched. Shrieked, not loud, but sharp, like glass cracking in your skull. And then it lunged, but not at me. At the box. It smashed into it, devoured it. Paper, metal, photo, collar, all gone. Swallowed gone. The lights blew out, and then, nothing. Just silence. I stood in the dark for a full minute before I bolted out the door. This time, it let me leave. And I think I know why. Because now it doesn't need the box. It doesn't need Milo. It has me. Post number 6. August 14th. No sleep, it's out. It doesn't even try to hide anymore. I thought once it swallowed the box, it would vanish like it got what it wanted. But no. It just changed the rules. Now it wants to be seen. Let me tell you what's happened in the past 48 hours. I woke up to find paw prints inside my car. On the inside of the windshield. My phone won't stay charged. The battery always dies at exactly 3:17 a.m., no matter what. The new mirror in my friend's guest bathroom, the one I've been using since I bailed on the apartment again, fogged over this morning. In it, the condensation spelled out, "You're doing so well," and I can't explain this part. But I feel it watching me. Not just at night. Not just in shadows. It's everywhere. In crowds. In reflections. In silences that go just 1 second too long. And the more I try to ignore it, the more it makes itself useful. Yeah. You read that right. It's helping. Small things. My missing keys showed up neatly on the kitchen counter, next to a spoon. The guy who was harassing me at work quit suddenly. No notice. Just vanished. My sleep better than it's been in years. No nightmares. No insomnia. It's like it's trying to make me comfortable. Like it's rewarding me. Which is worse, somehow. Because now I don't know if I'm being haunted or groomed. I saw a thread someone posted, someone who followed the original story. They called it a loyalty entity. Said it latches onto people through grief and guilt, mimicking affection until the host starts needing it. I haven't needed anyone in a long time. But last night, when I was brushing my teeth, I caught a glimpse of something in the mirror. Not behind me. Inside the reflection. A shape, watching. Not Milo. But it was wagging its tail. Post number 7. August 17th. No sleep. I know what it wants now. It wants to be mine. Not like a pet. More like a parasite that's learned affection, or at least learned how to fake it. And the worst part? Some days, I want it too. I told myself I'd move on. I change my number, delete this account, move states. But I haven't. I'm still here. Still feeding it. With fear. With curiosity. With attention. And it's feeding me back. I caught myself smiling the other day, actual, genuine smile, because someone had eaten the peanut butter I left out, and I didn't have to make breakfast. And then I remembered I live alone. This morning I got out of the shower, and something, had written a message in the steam on the mirror. You don't have to be alone. I laughed, I cried. And I didn't erase it. But here's where things turn. Because it's not just clinging to me anymore. It's branching out. My friend who let me crash with him? He called last night. Said he's been hearing barking. From inside his walls. He doesn't have a dog. He asked me, half joking, did you leave something behind? I said no. But now I'm wondering if the thing is growing tired of me. Or worse, if it's grooming its next person. I went for a walk today to clear my head. Sat in a park. Tried to feel normal. And this little kid walked by with his mom, holding a red balloon, and out of nowhere, he pointed at me and said, "That dog thing likes you." It told me. I froze. I asked what dog. The mom tugged him away, clearly weirded out, but the kid looked back and said, it has too many teeth. So yeah. I think I'm running out of time. I think it's looking for options. And I think it's giving me one too. Because on my desk, just now, I found a piece of folded paper. Same jagged writing. It said, "You can leave me with someone else." Post number 8, August 20th. No sleep. I said yes. I don't know if I meant it. But I said it out loud. Just once. And that was enough. Let me back up. After the last post, I couldn't sleep. I kept hearing this soft panting sound just behind my head, not in the room, but underneath everything. Like it was breathing through the drywall. I couldn't take it anymore. So I said the words. I want out. And the second I did, the air in the room changed. It got warm. Still. Like the thing had just smiled. That night, no noises. No paw prints. No mirror messages. Just sleep. And when I woke up, there was a file on my computer. A text doc. Untitled. I never wrote it. But it had a name. An address. And a note, "He's lonelier than you are." I stared at it for an hour. My hand hovered over the delete key. But I didn't delete it. I looked the guy up. Facebook, LinkedIn, everything. He's real. Works remotely. Lives alone. Lost a dog last year. Classic grief target. I sat in my car outside his apartment last night. Watched the lights turn off. Watched the curtains twitch like something was already inside. I didn't go in. I didn't say anything. But I left a gift. One of the old spoons. Clean. Polished. Tucked it into his mailbox. When I got home, there was a single word written on my bedroom mirror. Good, and I haven't heard a sound since. Not one scratch. Not one bark. Not even at 3:17. I'm free. But I keep checking the clock anyway. I keep checking the mirror. Because I don't think the thing ever really leaves. It just learns to wait. Post number 9, November 1st. No sleep. I said I was done posting. I thought I was. But today, I got a package. No return address. Again. Just like the one from the original thread. Inside was a photograph. It was the man. The one I sent it to. He was sitting on the floor of his apartment, next to a spoon, holding a peanut butter jar in one hand and petting something just out of frame with the other. And in the mirror behind him, the thing, clear as day. Standing tall now. Not hunched. Not hiding. Tall enough that its head was almost touching the ceiling. And it was smiling. Not metaphorically. Not like before. It had a mouth now. Rows and rows of jagged teeth stretching all the way up both sides of its face. On the back of the photo, in blocky, red ink, "You taught me well." I don't know how they found me again. Maybe they never lost me. Maybe it was always just a matter of time. I think it's still with him, for now. But it doesn't forget. None of them do. There's always a next. So, if you're reading this and you ever find a slipper that isn't yours, a spoon licked clean, a note in shaky red ink that says stay don't. Because it only wants two things. Your guilt and your name, asterisk asterisk the end, asterisk asterisk. If you like these stories and videos, make sure to like, comment, and share so we can make some money from ad revenue and continue getting better and better with our publications. We strive to donate a portion of everything we make to charities that make a difference. Let us know if there is someone or thing you want to support. Thank you for staying until the end and enjoying the story.